Our nearest home center storage is in Atlanta, but it's in Tucker, but it's the Atlanta Home Storage Center. For a commodity list of the long-term food storage items for sale, Google Home Center Storage Center Product List. After you do that, you'll click on the one that has Provident Living, and that will take you to the church's list of commodities that are in the Atlanta Home Storage Center. Atlanta is the Southeast Region Welfare Support Facility. It ships commodities to 10 other home storage centers throughout the Southeast. It goes east to North Carolina, west to Louisiana, north to Tennessee, and south to Florida, so it takes in a lot of area. In addition, the Atlanta Home Storage Center supports 18 stakes and approximately 165 wards. These are the Atlanta Home Storage Center's operating days and times. The Home Storage Center supports both members and non-members alike. In the past, more than 50% of the patrons at the Atlanta Home Storage Center have been non-members. It would be advantageous for you to get your commodities from local suppliers, from the grocery store and large food warehouses. By shopping locally, we can relieve some of the burden off the Atlanta Food Storage Center, Home Storage Center, as well as accumulate our food storage more quickly and efficiently. Just remember, if you are prepared, you need not fear. And now, let's get to it.
Hi everyone, I am Kristen and I'm just here to show you some easy ways to store your dry foods for your long-term food storage. So let's get started. We are going to use a couple different methods. The first thing that you'll need 3 items. First thing will be your food, your dry food items, whatever you're going to store, which would be, for example, wheat, dry beans, pasta, white rice, sugar. Secondly, you'll need your storage container. You can use a 5-gallon bucket. We recommend a food grade bucket or a clean empty soda bottle. And lastly, you'll need some oxygen absorbers. So food grade 5-gallon buckets and lids can be purchased at your local home improvement stores. We recommend wiping down the inside of these buckets with water and a bleach solution and allowing them to completely dry before using them and before storing any of your food items in them. Once your bucket is clean and dry, simply fill it with your dry food items and then drop in 2 to 3 of the oxygen absorbers, place on the lid, and you can pound it into place so that it's closed tightly with a rubber mallet. It's important to note that each bucket will hold approximately 35 pounds of dry goods. The next thing we can use that you probably already have around your house is a 2-liter or a 3-liter soda bottle. They are good food grade quality and they make great storage containers for long-term food storage. 3-liter bottles like what we have here tend to have a larger opening, so they are easy to fill. You might prefer those to use for beans and things like that. The soda bottle also works well if you have limited space, such as an apartment. And another added benefit to using a soda bottle for food storage is that it's much easier to grab and leave the house with in case of an emergency. Here are a few tips for using the soda bottle method. First thing you want to do is you're going to want to cut and peel off any label that you have. And secondly, if you have any of the glue or pieces like this remaining, you'll peel as much as you can, but you can get a clean damp cloth or a clean cloth and put some olive oil or vegetable oil on it, rub it against the glue, and it should come right off. Secondly, you're going to want to make sure this is very clean. So you're going to clean it with some warm soapy water and rinse them as well. Allow them to dry completely. And if you still smell a residual odor from whatever soda you had inside the bottle, you can use a baking soda water solution, put it inside, shake it up, and allow it to sit for a few minutes. Then pour out the water and the baking soda, rinse it again, and the odors should be completely gone. So once you've thoroughly cleaned your bottles, you're going to want to make sure that you allow them to dry completely. And next, you'll use a large funnel, like the one that we have here. So you'll use a large funnel and begin to fill your bottle. So I'll demonstrate that. We don't want rice to go everywhere if I spill some, so we'll set it in this big bowl. Place it here, place a funnel on top, and hopefully it works. And there you go. And you'll just fill your container. And you'll want to fill it almost to about here. Once you get it to right about there, you'll take your oxygen absorbers, fold it, place it inside, and then you'll want to press it out flat. And you'll see it, you can drop it in the middle here. Press it out, let it flatten out, and you can finish filling it up. And then you want to screw your lid on tightly. You want to make sure that there's a very tight seal to keep out any extra oxygen, to keep them fresh. And for an added measure of protection, you can use a little bit of electrical tape around the outside, tape it closed, or some duct tape. And lastly, we recommend using a Sharpie to write the name of the item on the outside, as we've done here. This one's grits. So write the name of the item on the outside, and you're also going to want to write the date so that you can keep up with what date those were packaged. It's also good to note that food items that are stored in these soda bottle containers, they need to be protected from the sunlight in order to preserve their freshness. So it might help if you place them in a heavy-duty bin, like the one we have here. So you'll place your items in this heavy-duty bin, and you can place a trash bag on top of them and close the container by putting the lid on top and sealing it. And that should block out any sunlight and keep them fresh. If you're interested in purchasing some of these oxygen absorbers like these, they are available and they're affordable, and they can be purchased online. Current prices, including shipping, is about $15 for 100 of these, so that goes a long way. And there you have it, some very simple, convenient, and affordable ways to create your long-term food storage for you and your family. We want to thank you for watching this video, and we want to encourage you to be obedient to the words of our leaders by storing essential foods and preparing every needful thing. Hi everyone, I'm Kristen, and I'm just gonna show you some tips on how to store some dry goods for your long-term food storage. So let's get started. The first thing that we'll need to store our dry commodities is sorry, I messed up. Can we start over? For the 5-gallon bucket, sorry, I keep messing up.